What's going on, YouTubeites and IG comic lords? Welcome to Letters of the Long Box. Can you believe it, Mikey? This is episode 32.
Really? Wait, like is Moon Knight going to show up now? I mean, you know, it's number 32. You like?
Oh,
right.
I don't know. There may be a Moon Knight cannonball. I don't know.
You just never know, right?
Mikey has promised. He said, "I got some cannonballs, but I'm not telling you because I want to see your reaction."
Oh, of course. I get the live reaction.
Does that? You, because I want the cannonball in advance so I can go buy the comics. Come on now. Jeez. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. I am going to play a little intro for you because this way I can highlight everybody in the live chat. I know you guys already been waiting, but come on now. This way, you know, I don't sit there for 20 minutes saying, hey, hi to so and all that stuff. So, you know what? Hey, let me play something while you guys congregate. And let me see what, you know what? I want to play some, where'd it go? I don't even know where it is. I shouldn't have been day drinking. Yeah, you know what? We'll just do this one because I haven't heard this one in a while.
I'll start. 1, 2, ready.
I mean, where would we be now without him? Right?
You gotta make every show a beat, right? That's why I like. Okay, when I do TV now, I gotta get my B12 going, and be
Yeah, I
fully
know.
energized for TiVo.
I am trying to be energized. I was at the pool drink. You know what? Drinking in the sun is it's a mixed bag. You know what I mean? Laying by the pool, and remember, kids, hydrate. That was Scratch Bastard and Chris Carnes doing their Doobie Brothers remix, which is super dope. I know I always on this show it inevitably happens. I end up talking about music.
We gotta start our music show, dude. Every time we get intro like, okay, where's our music show?
Yeah. So there's a new documentary on Netflix that dropped this week or this weekend called Count Me In, and it's about drummers. Loved it. I started drumming when I was in junior high, and then unfortunately I stopped. But but drumming has always been near and dear to me. But it's a great documentary if you want to watch it. They talk about Bonham. It was interesting because I was like, all drummers like Bonham from Zeppelin and
Keith Moon.
Even Keith Moon and Iron Maiden, do you think these rock drummers, but they all got influences from jazz because that's really true drumming because it's not it's just not ones and twos and threes and fours. They play off notes, they play quarter notes, they play 16 notes. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds. Go peep it out, man. It's called Count Me In. It's a documentary about drumming on and it is pretty dope.
I'll probably watch it. Those music documentaries are like a rabbit hole, dude. I mean,
that is my guilty pleasure. I love music documentaries about anything, man. About anything.
It's a rabbit hole, man. I tell you, you can't stop watching those things.
Yeah. So shout out to everybody in the live chat. Also, Neil Peart, exactly. Neil Peart was not they didn't mention Neil Peart either in this documentary. He just passed away. Rest in peace, Neil Peart. But
I spoke to him once.
Really?
Yeah. I co-owned a Seattle online station 6 years ago, and the drummer for Santana, the original drummer for Santana, was our DJ.
Oh yeah,
and
the original one from Woodstock.
Yeah.
He was only 19 years old when he did Soul Sacrifice at Woodstock.
My God, so young.
He was high as balls when he was doing it. But he's still alive and he's still incredible. Yeah. But man, the Soul Sacrifice drum solo, the real one, I think it's like 10 minutes long. Go look it up. Soul Sacrifice, Santana, the drummer. He just goes off. And
when I first met him, dude, he had a backpack on. You would never have known.
We'll get to this stuff pretty soon. I just need to tell the story.
Yeah.
So Santana at Woodstock, they were waiting to come on, and they were like, we still have some time, so let's get high. So apparently another act pulled. They go, Santana, we need you to come on stage now. And they were just like, oh shit, okay. So I think at one point, either the drummer or Carlos Santana, I think it was the drummer, he said, I looked out into the audience and it was just a wave of just things, and then he was in the pocket. So when drummers, when they say they're in the pocket, they're just feeling it. It's just awesome. But welcome to Letters of the Boombox, or Lords of the Boombox, where we just talk about music.
We gotta get that show going. I think we just rock it, man. Seriously.
Yeah. So I meant, music and comic books are my two passions. You know what I mean? From everything, So.
How about that Titans soundtrack? Have you been watching Titans lately? They're killing it with the soundtracks, and it's like, like. Where was this music in Wonder Woman 84? I mean, where was the Cure in that movie, right? I mean,
I do not want to talk about Wonder Woman 84, a movie that takes place in the 80s with no 80s music.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
People like you know, like that scene where they're breakdancing with nothing really.
Exactly. It's
How
like
can it
they could have
be?
played some Run DMC or anything. But anyway,
Electro, you know.
yeah. Hey man, shout out to everybody in the live chat.
Yeah.
Also, thank you all. We hit 7,000 subs. I think
All
we're at
right, Tebow, right on, buddy.
7,020 now. Look at the video that we posted yesterday to enter. And then so just really quick shout out to our sponsors that are going to be giving away stuff for this. Rocket Comics. Make sure you hit up Rocket Comics. Cover Price, KRS Comics, and our friends at the Geeky Swag Shop. Where I don't have the graphic. Anyway, go to the geekyswagshop.com. People have been asking me for where you can get t-shirts. Go to the geekyswagshop.com. That's you can still order t-shirts and hoodies. People keep on asking me for the red hoodies, but I don't know. The red hoodies are variants. Though that is, if you see somebody with a Red Lords hoodie, that is a very very rare variant hoodie. You know what I mean? So I don't know if we're going to come out red with you guys, but KRS Comics has a special tomorrow dropping. It's a Clayton Crane tour variant pack of like 6 books. Very rare. You're can't get them anywhere, but get them on KRS Comics. Unfortunately, discount code doesn't work, but I've seen them and they look absolutely awesome. I got a picture of them. Look at these.
Awesome.
Here's a better look at them. You can see that.
Nice.
Those are gorgeous.
Wow, look at
So
those.
this is the Clayton Crane Road Tour exclusives. And they're going to drop on KRS Comics website tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. So make sure you hit up our friends at KRS Comics. Unfortunately, the discount code doesn't work for that one, but it does work for this one. So you can get this one. There you go. Art by Lee and Hook. So this is Letters from the Long Box of Mikey Sutton. And Mikey has told me he's got like 1 cannonball. How many cannonballs do you have?
Maybe one, but you know me, I drop things by accident without realizing it, or maybe I do realize it. I just want to get your live reaction because it makes me laugh.
All right. Shout out to Sith Lordly, Nemesis Prime, and Discovery Bay Comics holding it down for the wrench. If you have a question for Mikey, please hold off until we do these questions first. And then we'll try to answer as many as we can afterward. Happy Sunday to you guys all. So shall we get things started, Mikey? Should we?
Yeah, we should do a bombshell and call it Cannonball Run. How about that? That'd be just hilarious.
You want a cannonball already?
No. So we should do a show of all bombs and just call it Cannonball Run and have you get drunk the whole show.
Oh my God, I can do that. Yeah, straight up. Jackie Chan and Cannonball Run. There you go, man.
There you go, man.
You know what? That was like a lot of Americans' first exposure to Jackie Chan was in Cannonball Run, right?
Yeah, it was.
And of course, and what was the superhero name of the Doctor?
Oh God, man!
Come on, help me on the live chat. It was Dom DeLuise. It was Dom DeLuise who busted out in the.
Oh my God!
Remember, Dom DeLuise busted out and he goes, "I am Captain Destruction" or something like that. Help me on the live chat, man.
Holy crap!
If first person to name that character, well, I will get you something for the 7,000 subs giveaway. Put it that way. If you can name the character that Dom DeLuise is his superhero name in Cannonball Run. I see everybody is probably going to Google. Captain Chaos. Good job, Scott Polachek. Hit me up on Facebook. I'm gonna send you something, bro. Part of the 7 subs. I already can tell you right now. I have already 6 slabs already donated from Comic Tunes and Toys for the giveaway. KRS is giving a mystery box away. Cover Price is going to give away some subscriptions and some other stuff. But Captain Chaos, way to go, Scott! All right, I dig that, man.
So how many subs did you have when you got your channel taken down?
I had about 5,000, right around there.
So you're over that. You're over what you lost. Congratulations, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the funny thing is, it was really built up. I was getting like 300 subs a week.
Mm-hmm.
It was just blowing up exponentially.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because I showed the Stan Lee tribute trailer on it, and that video got like 450,000 views.
Yeah.
And then apparently they didn't want to pay me, so they were like, "Take it down." I mean, I think that's why they took it down. But it was interesting because I posted it and I didn't, I got I didn't get a copyright strike, but then I didn't even get a warning. They just took it down. But do you remember when they re-released the Avengers Endgame after Stan Lee passed away, and
Yeah.
they did a little tribute at the end? So I went into the theater and I took I meant, obviously it was probably illegal, but I recorded it and then I put it up on YouTube that same day, and I was like, maybe I get a couple thousand views, and I was like, oh, 10,000 views. I was like 400,000 views. Then I started getting worried, like, oh my god, I'm getting too much attention to myself.
Yeah, I got a feeling that somebody told, you know.
Oh yeah, a certain
Yeah.
hater that
Yeah.
is no longer around. All right, we already got a super chat. Congrats to the Lords on 7,000 channel comeback, y'all. Mikey do some of the best content on YouTube. Really appreciate that.
Thank
Caleb.
you.
Really,
Thank you so
very
much.
man.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've been doing it for so long that people have forgotten us. But you know what? The people who watch, they're smart collectors, right?
Yeah.
They don't say, they go out and they buy the books, but they don't, they don't go and say, hey, go and I just look on the Lords, look on the Lords. No. They go on there and they go, and that's what it's there for. We don't have a Patreon, we don't have a paywall. We just give it to you guys, and hopefully it hits. And so I think that's the smart collector. Maybe people are saying they're selfish, but we put it out there. Whoever decides to disseminate it. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, Pressable Defects, Spine Ticks have always said, hey, TiVo told me this and I got it way early. So, it was a good thing. But yeah, man, appreciate you guys all, man.
And we don't tell you to buy Corona comics.
Yeah. Oh God.
Remember that?
Michael the Beast Benson Comics, bring back TiVo haul vids, man. You know what? I wish I would, but it's YouTube is interesting. Channel, as you start doing more videos, channels kind of morph and they don't expect a certain thing from you. So when I did haul videos and nobody really seemed to care, and I'm like, okay, but I'll do haul videos again, but I'm not gonna do like weekly pulls or things of that nature. Typically, I do haul videos when I get like a CTC submission back. So that should mean I should do a video every 6 months. The way CTC
There you go.
All right, let's get right to it. These are the questions that Mikey has selected from there. So make sure if you guys have a question that you want on next week's show, leave a comment after the video post, not in the live chat, but leave it in the comment section or on the Geekosity Facebook page. And then, Mikey will peruse through those and see which ones that you selected. And if we answer your question on air, you will get a Marvel Note prize, right?
There you go. Perfect.
Everybody has appreciated their Marvel Note prizes already. So there you go. All right. Our first question comes up from Jason Klein 221. Congratulations, Mikey Sutton, on everything. I can't wait to order your book and support in all your efforts. Not really a question per se, but just congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And gonna most likely have TiVo do a Wolf Blitzer this coming week and do a little special announcement about the book. I have some impending news.
And I think I know what it is, and I'm glad that I was able to combine these two forces together. And I think
thank you so much.
This is the perfect. Can I say the artist?
Yeah, when worlds collide.
I'll just say it's the perfect artist. I won't say who the artist is that's going to be doing a cover for it. So stay tuned. Big news for Mikey Sutton's comic. Thank you for the
and
comment.
big news for TiVo because he's going to get a variant cover pretty soon too.
So I want two of them. I want to be the sorcerer, and I want to be on the Days of Future Past cover.
Oh yeah.
Can we do two? because
Yeah, of course you
I
can.
want to be the evil sorcerer. All right, there we go.
You will be. Yeah, that's coming
All
out.
right. All right. Next question is coming up from our friend Nick Taylor asks, where do we buy the comic and will it be at all comic stores? Good question.
Well, you want to put up the art before I answer that I sent you?
Which one?
Both of them, the covers and
Okay. I have the, all right, the black and white.
yeah, black and white. Yeah.
All right. Boom.
So this is the online variant that's going to be available on Amazon. We're looking at a December release here, maybe sooner, depends. My artist is working on the Voltus 5 TV show right now, so he is finishing up inking on the book. That's all that needs to be done. But all the art is done except for the inking and the coloring. So original target was October 31st, but I'm pushing it to December just in case he's not done in time, because he's working on a multi-million-dollar TV show. So there you go. There'll be there are various variants of this book. This is one of them, and this is a black and white variant. Um, I can't hear your audio, Tivo.
Oh,
There you go.
Dave UK. Look at that. For shout out to our friends from over in the UK, TiVo and Mikey. Love
Thank you,
everything you
Dave.
do. Thank you, Dave, and cheers, mate. So I don't want to get too much into the details about. I mean, you know, distribution and everything. I mean, is that something you can talk about, or is that?
Yeah,
we'll Wolf Blitzer that next week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna go through Diamond, but there'll be online variants as well, and then there's that special announcement this week. So a lot of things happen.
Yeah, yeah. This is amazing. So you know, a lot of people get variants through done by GoFundMe or crowdsourcing or whatever, and this is just a variant where they were like, "Hey, man, we're gonna put you guys on the cover." So there you go.
Yeah, I wanted to pay homage to T all the help that he's been giving me the past couple of years, and also support a really great channel. I mean, I love this channel. Obviously, I've been here for a couple of years now, and it's time that this channel gets more exposure. I just really think at TiVo and
More than a couple years because
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you
yeah.
are the Black Knight, so
yeah, that's true. Yeah, if I forget, oh yeah, that's right.
it's all out in the open now, man.
Yeah, I know. Too late. Yeah.
It was. We got to make a meme. It was Mikey all along.
There you go. There you go. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
So if you guys don't know, Mikey Sutton is the Black Knight, but due for for reasons of privacy, we had to use an alias. But last week we told you guys Mikey has been the Black Knight, so it's been Mikey all along. So any of you artists out there, can make a meme saying that it was Mikey all along the line of WandaVision. Send it to us, and we'll put it on the show.
That would be awesome.
And we'll give you a shout out, and we'll probably give you something too as well. All right, thank you for the question, Nick. Next question is from David Steinberg. He asks, "Are the Goblin and Otto, not Otto from Three Men in the Basement, but Doc Ock, we see in the trailer the same ones we see in the Raimiverse, or are they only variants of them?" Good question.
Yeah, they're the same ones you saw in the Raimiverse. Yeah. Their memories of Spider-Man are from those respective films that they were in.
Yeah.
In fact, when you see Doc Ock saying "Hello, Peter," he's not talking about Tom Holland. He's talking about Tobey Maguire. He's in that scene. They edited him out.
Yeah. So I also have another theory about that, is that the way they edited the trailer, that Doc Ock saw just Spider-Man without his mask.
Yeah.
And so he just says, "Hello, Peter." You know what I mean? Or it could be the other one. You know what I mean? I mean, we'll see. I mean, but either way, it's still cool because you know how they edit the trailers to make it seem, it's not linear. You know what I mean? They take parts in here because you see that scene he's on top of a car and then he suits up with the Iron Spider suit, right? And maybe he does that before Doc Ock sees him and he says, "Hello, Peter." So we shall see, man. The most curious thing I'm interested in is how Electro will look. That's because that's the only thing that was like, ooh, Electro, just good lord, he just did not look right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't need the full blown comic costume because that would look a little bit silly in live action as well. But a little amalgamation of them both that would be
Well,
cool. But
what I'm hearing, TiVo. I'm going to go cannonball this.
all right, there you go, boys and girls. Your first cannonball. Everybody, take a drink.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is that Electro will look different in here, so it's most likely not the Electro that you saw in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Thank God.
Yeah, because Spaggy didn't like how he looked, so you're going to get a different looking Electro in here.
Thank God. Yeah, because that whole what it reminded me? Do you remember Electric Superman? Remember?
Oh
when,
God, yeah, totally right.
That totally. When I saw that version of Electro, I was like, man, that's like Electric Superman. For those who don't remember, during the death of Superman, or it was after the death of Superman, like Superman had these weird electric powers, just
and
like
blue lightning
oh my God,
stuff.
the blue lightning, yeah.
Oh my God, it was bad.
Lord have mercy. All right, good question. But Jamie Foxx is a great actor, so
he's an Oscar winner, right?
Oh yeah, I mean multiple Oscar winner.
Yeah, multiple Oscar winner. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, jeez. All right.
Did you know the film was 2 hours and 30 minutes long?
What's that?
2 hours and 30 minutes long. No Way Home.
Is the runtime?
Yeah.
Well, I hope so because there's a lot of story to tell. I mean, there's a ton of stuff. I mean, to truly flesh it out. And so that, Doctor Strange is Mephisto. Mephisto.
It's a lot of story there, yeah.
Or Nightmare or whatever, whatever version. But when I heard, be careful that is not Doctor Strange.
No.
Even him winking, that's not Doctor Strange.
Nope.
That's something else. But people are gonna run rampant with it. But it'd be interesting to see where Doctor Strange was, and I'm also curious to see that portal that Wong goes through. Is that him going to the tournament in the Shang-Chi movie? He had like luggage with him.
Yeah, he might be going to the tournament.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. Thank you for the question, David. Next question up is from our Marco Marusek. Sorry if I butchered your name. Any update on Daredevil / Matt Murdock?
Well, Charlie Cox will be in No Way Home as Matt Murdock. I'm hearing it's just a brief scene. He's not going to be in the whole film or anything. It'll just be like, to the general public, right? They don't watch shows like this. They don't read the geek site. They don't go to Geekosity. They have no idea what's coming, right? And so they're not going to show Charlie Cox in any of the trailers. When they're sitting down watching them, they're going to go, "Holy shit!" when they see Murdock walks in, and it's a big shocker to them.
Yeah, I saw some speculation that in the No Way Home or No Way Home trailer when Parker is being investigate or whatever interrogated, right? And there's a guy in a white shirt. He slams down and go, "Is that Matt Murdock?" I was like, "Come on, man!" Just because he has a white shirt, I mean, but maybe it could be. But why would he slam his hands down? He can't see.
Yeah, but after that, he will show up in Echo. He'll be there, and there are rumors of him being in She-Hulk as well. Which I believe. I believe he will be in there. They're just gonna kind of Easter egg him throughout until he finally. But Echo is the one where you really get the full Matt Murdock Daredevil, because that's his girlfriend.
Because arguably that's the favorite and best of the Netflix shows is Daredevil, right?
Yeah.
And and his portrayal of Matt Murdock as well as Daredevil. So he's definitely needs to be one of the ones that they bring back into the fold, into the MCU as what one would say. So thank you for the question, Marco. Next question comes up from Sarah Moreno. Does Disney really want to pay Sony Pictures for the Spider-Man film rights?
That sounds familiar, right, Evo? I mean, after all, it was on
It
your
sure
show that where
does.
what Blizzard you. Yeah, it's really true. They can't do anything right now. I mean, they're still financially trying to get back into the thick of things with the, COVID still going on. So, um, give it about 2 years.
Yeah. Corporate valuations right now are kind of weird. People don't know, what companies are really worth. So they're like, well, how much should I be paying for this, or how much should I be selling this? But you really think Sony is willing to sell it? I mean, that seems to be their cash cow.
Yeah. Yeah, like Spider-Man, the whole Venom thing, and what else do they have? Like, you know, slim pickings there.
Yeah. If Venom bombs, do you think that will help push them to sell? Because
Yeah. Oh, definitely will. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Morbius. I'm actually more excited about the Morbius movie than I am the Let There Be Carnage movie. Because from the trailers that I've seen, it's still the same kind of schlocky Venom character.
Yeah.
Kind of comedic, whatever. But Carnage definitely looks dope. But we keep on hitting this over our heads over this, like, you can't have Venom movies without Spider-Man. It just has to happen, right? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. But we shall see, man. If Sony really is into that, because Spider-Man is such. Batman to DC is what Spider-Man is to Marvel, right?
Yeah.
That is the cream of the crop, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I read somewhere the No Way Home trailer broke the Avengers Endgame trailer records
Yeah, that's
for
huge.
most views. Yeah, because I mean, also.
Yeah, you know what? TiVo, what a perfect segue into a cannonball.
Oh, all right, boys and girls, your second cannonball and your second shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
Even under normal circumstances, like a year or so ago, this would have been a Wolf Blitzer episode just for this alone. So, but here I am. Oh, by the way, cannonball. Just kind of casually. Oh yeah, just gonna drop the mic right now. No, Tiva will like this news. I think he would have liked it better. I can tell you, I'll explain why Tiva would have liked this better, but I think he'll like it anyway. So Sony, okay, Tiva and I have been talking about Midnight Suns for ages now, like long before everybody else started ripping us off. It was broken on this show years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Now because of the game, oh yeah, you're doing Midnight Sun. Oh no shit. I mean, you and I have been dropping this forever, like all the different variations on it. So Sony wants to run Midnight Suns, and they wanted, so they wanted to play game at first, but Marvel's got their own plans, and so I don't know what the hell Sony's gonna call this thing, but it's basically a riff on Legion of Monsters. So you're gonna have Morbius and Venom and God knows who else at Sony.
Manwolf maybe.
Manwolf. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like horror type characters that have appeared, that have debuted in Spider-Man comics, and Morbius, Blade.
Well, Blade's Marvel Studios, so it'll be Venom, Morbius, Venom, and
Manwolf.
Manwolf, Manwolf, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what other? I mean, even if there are horror characters, they are definitely C-list, because right off the top of my head, I can't think of any supernatural horror based. I mean, Madam Web.
Well, Hobgoblin, would be.
Yeah, but Hobgoblin doesn't have powers.
Yeah, exactly.
But it could be just
monstrous characters from the Spider.
Yeah. Any idea what they're going to call it?
No, that's it. Even they have no idea what to call it yet, but they just want. But what they're looking for, TiVo, is it is a Legion of Monsters type of team, but they can't use Legion of Monsters because it's owned by Marvel. So they have to come up with a name for this thing. So just hope it's not cheesy.
So they want a super team of kind of like monster type
Yeah,
horror,
yeah.
supernatural. So there, for those who are specking out there, just go and start researching on your own, and look on. And they have to be basically Spider-Man titles that these characters appear in.
Yeah.
So think of any characters that are tied to Spider-Man and Morbius that are
or Spider-Woman, even any monstrous characters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about Spider-Woman, I mean, there's Morgan Le Fay, and also the other guy that we dropped last week, the other sorcerer.
Yeah, well, Morgana, Marvel owns her. She was not part of the deal, so.
Yeah. I'm also thinking, was Man-Bat in...
That's DC.
No, there's another like weird bat like creature in Marvel as well that I think.
Isn't Jackal? Isn't Jackal like a Spider-Man?
The Jackal, yeah, Jackal as well. The Hood appeared in Spider-Man.
Oh, that's right, the Hood.
And the Hood started as like a street level criminal, and then he got powers. So,
yeah,
and maybe it could be the Hood as well.
The Hood would look cool, man. I like the Hood. I think that would work.
There you go. Carrion. I totally forgot about
Carrion.
Carrion.
Carrion. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
Boom.
Demo
boom.
Goblin. All
so
the goblins.
They do have enough for Midnight Sun scene.
Baron Blood. Did Baron Blood appear in Spider? I thought he appeared first in Captain America.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't Captain America cut his head off or something like that?
Yeah. Gibbon, which is I don't think he's he's a monster, kind of. Yeah,
he's a monkey, right?
But Carrion definitely, and
Carrion looks like there you go.
But they can do a team of goblins, right? If Hobgoblin, Demogoblin, all these other ones. I mean, if you look at Venom, they have all these Shriek and all these other weird, Venom type creatures. Vermin is another one. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Jack-o'-lantern. I don't know. Jack-o'-lantern as well. Jack-o'-lantern is one. Jack-o'-lantern is one of the coolest characters, I think. Just the way he looks, right?
Yeah, exactly. Visually,
yeah. Go read this. There's a 4-issue miniseries called the Super. Oh my God, they're gonna call it the Supernaturals.
Holy crap! There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
There was, but I think that's Marvel based. But there is a team called the Supernaturals. It was done by Joe Quesada and I think Brian Pulido, and it's called the Supernaturals. They have the 4-issue run, and each of them has a Halloween mask inside of them, so it's very horror-esque. But Jack-o'-lantern plays a main integral part of that storyline. So there you go.
So if you guys looking for a book to spec on the Legion of Monsters, even though they don't call it that, I mean, it's basically what they're going after. Ooh, I like that name. That's a cool name.
Yeah, Night Stalkers is team. But just remember, guys, I mean, Sony it has had to appear in a Spider-Man book or a book that the character originated from Spider-Man. So Venom. Spider-Woman, things along those nature. Silk, all those are kind of these Sony properties. But I mean, kudos to you, Sony, for giving it the try. I hope it happens. But I can see if they have the rights to Morbius and they're like, you know what, let's build a team around Morbius. But man, without the MCU and the Midnight Suns, it's going to be a tough haul. They're going to be, they're going to have to work with Marvel to get that done, I think. So, we shall see. So there you go, guys. Sony wants to do their own team of supernatural fighter team, heroes, monsters, whatever. Anyway, all right. Thank you for the question.
Oh, right, another cannonball, TiVo. Might as well just drop this one now.
Damn, I'm glad I'm not drinking right now. All right, this is your third cannonball for those playing at home.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
Okay, this might be on the site tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on how tired I am. Um, so TiVo, like again, Midnight Suns. We're going back to Midnight Suns again. We've gone back and forth on this because they've gone back and forth on this. I mean, it was a Hulu show with Jeff Lowe before that became public, and then maybe a movie. I mean, it's like one of those projects that have been pretty difficult to put together, mainly because of the content, right? You get the supernatural content going on, then you got China, then you got the budget to consider as well. Uh, so it's been going back and forth. They pretty much ruled out the theatrical version for two reasons. Number one, they have a traffic jam of IP right now with the X-Men and Fantastic Four. They
Oh
have
yeah,
the
tons of stuff.
Shang-Chi and all the Agents of Atlas is coming. I mean, you have all these other film projects they're doing. And then for the Hulu, the unfortunate thing about Hulu is that Disney Plus is your priority. They fully own Disney Plus, right? They don't fully own Hulu. I think there's like 5% they don't own or something like that. But uh, Disney Plus is going to get the budgets. Okay, they're going to get the really expensive shows and movies and so on and so forth. Where Hulu is going to get the streetwise lower budget characters like the Punisher, which you can't do a PG-13 of. It's just going to look weak.
Yeah, more gritty street level,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, fighting. Yeah, somebody has to, beat up robbers.
Yeah, so I heard I got this is the final word on Midnight Suns, and it'll be Disney Plus. And the reason for that is the budget is they've gone over the budget. The cost of Ghost Rider alone is so expensive. Okay,
Oh yeah, the
and
CG, yeah,
oh
this
god, yeah,
CG character, yeah.
yeah. And then Foggy wants to go all out on Ghost Rider. Like he doesn't want. He wants to go beyond what Agents of Shield did, and that costs money to do for them. Um, but he wants to go all out on Ghost Rider. Plus, Werewolf by Night's going to be on the team. There you go, hike up the price even further, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so Midnight Suns will go to Disney Plus. And they're going to introduce Werewolf by Night on Moon Knight. Then he has a Halloween special that they recently announced. So Midnight Suns will be the Hulu will be a Disney Plus show. I'm hearing it's going to cost about $150 million
Good lord.
because you have Ghost Rider on there, you have all the CGI, all the special effects on
Yeah.
there. Um, Now I know there are some people going to be like, yeah, but the violence is not going to be there. Yeah, but you know what? They're going to go full on supernatural with this thing, so it's going to have the horror elements, the occult stuff um, that they can do on Disney Plus. But here's the thing: you can't really do it theatrically because China is not gonna have that demonic shit in their screens, right? Um, so
Which I don't understand, because if you're a Hong Kong movie fan like
yeah,
I am,
yeah,
well, actually it does, because most of those films took place in the 90s, right? I mean,
yeah,
especially there's a just Google hopping vampires. There's the whole thing about vampires and jumping up and down.
yeah,
So there's a whole supernatural thing. But if you remember, I think in the mid 90s, the England or the UK released the rights to Hong Kong. So it basically became part of mainland China. So before that, you got to see what they call Category 3 films, which were uber violent and lots of sex. After that, you have yet to see a naked boob in a Chinese film after mainland China took it over.
yeah.
Go look it. You cannot find it. But in Hong Kong in the 80s and 90s, it was everything. And they're
Oh
called
god, yeah,
category.
they're
They're called
awesome.
Category 3 films. Just look at the sex slave. I think it's called the torture chamber. Just Google Category 3 Hong Kong films, and you'll see all kinds of crazy stuff. But when mainland China took over, part of communism is, hey, we're going to corrupt the minds of the youth, and they can't have this. So I mean, nowadays, like if you see Chinese films, it's an interesting dichotomy. Is they can have some super violent stuff. I mean, swords, guns shooting, but no boobies, no boobies. We can't have boobies, you know, and we can't have the devil, even though, you know, it's, you know, it doesn't make sense. But like Shang-Chi is delves deep into, you know, fantasy martial arts wuxia, which is like, you know, what they're, that's why Star Wars is not big in China. They're not big into sci-fi.
Yeah.
Chinese audiences are big into like lore, old mythology. When you think about the films that where they're flying around with swords and they're going like this, and you know, and they're
Like
doing
Chinese
all kinds
ghost
of
story and stuff like
yeah,
that.
mysticism and sorcery, things of that nature, but not so much. I mean, you know, Star Wars doesn't really do well in China. They're not
trying
big.
now. They're trying now.
Even
but,
new films that they do, you rarely ever see a Chinese movie that is like, you know, space oriented, you know, outside. You know what I mean? They're just not into that. They're into more fantasy mythological things because they've been telling these stories for thousands of years in the books that about that. So shout out to Kid Collector Comics. Since you gave us a $2 super chat, we will give you. We'll answer your question. Who will be the villains in the show? I guess he's talking about the
Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns. Yeah.
Yeah, the big bad or the big bads will be the Marvel zombies. That's where they're heading to. In any case, I mean, they won't be, you know, the opening salvo of bad guys, but that's where they're headed.
Yeah, I think there is a comic about the Midnight Suns and fighting zombies. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, you guys might want to look that up, man. So
yeah, because you know, I heard before that Mephisto was going to bring in the Marvel zombies. So that's why Mephisto has to show up. So
yeah,
whether he's called Mephisto or not.
Yeah, Mephisto or Nightmare. Even I think they can still call him Mephisto.
Yeah.
But they may change up his look. I mean, if you look at Lucifer, that's Satan, but he doesn't look like it for the most part, right? I mean, I do believe he does reveal himself at one point where he's like, "Oh my God, that's Satan." But you know, they can call him Mephisto, and they can just make him not look so devilish.
Al Pacino pops up.
Yeah. I think Feige will figure it out because China is slowly becoming the largest box office in the world.
Oh, they need it. They need China.
It may be even bigger than America pretty soon. I mean, it's pretty big. But the problem is they have a lot of censorship because of it's government run. So, you know, that's the downside of it. So, you know, but I think they'll make it work. So, you know, I mean, you know, that's why Deadpool didn't get released in China. It was too violent, perhaps. So, you know, and there's a lot of stuff I've been reading about, you know, people about Zoe, you know, they want to cancel Chloe Zhao and cancel Shang-Chi, this, that, and the other. And it's just like, I'm just so tired of cancel culture and, you know, stop, you know, wokeness or whatever people want to call it. People have co-opted that word and made it something totally different. It's like everybody has to bitch and complain about something. But I think, you know, Marvel has a work, and on the red carpet, he was interviewed by a Chinese writer that does you know, the Chinese movies, and he was trying to, you know, tell him no, you know, because on Chinese, I think they have a Chinese Twitter, I think it's called Weibo or something like that, where everybody was like saying, but this character is based on Fu Manchu, which is based on that, but it's like that was changed so long ago.
Yeah,
so long ago. I mean, you know, I mean, let's be face it. In the Bronze Age, it was, you know, it was Fu Manchu and Yellowface. There was blaxploitation. It was everything you could think of in the 70s. Was, you know, and you know, for a while, and to be honest with you, the reason they even changed Fu Manchu back in, I think, in the Bronze Age wasn't because, you know, the character was offensive. It was because they lost the rights to him because it's a literary character.
Yeah, right? Sex Romer, right?
Just like Conan is a literary character that they had the rights to. So it's interesting. But thank you for the question. All right. Wow. Let's. What was? I don't even remember what that question was. Jeez. That was from this one Spider-Man Sony question. All right. So next up is a question from our friend Tim Brown asks, what do you think will happen with the MCU Spider-Man character after No Way Home?
Sony is pretty much gonna be like tied to Marvel Studios forever. This film is gonna blow up so big. It'll
Huge.
bring so much money to Sony. I mean, keep in mind Sony is the distributor of this movie, not Marvel. You know what I mean? So they're gonna bag most of the cash from this. And why? Well, because Doctor Strange is in it. I mean, you could have had those bad guys in the Spider-Man film, but without Kevin Feige's guidance and Doctor Strange in the movie, you wouldn't have anything this big. It broke Endgame's record for a trailer.
And I think for the average movie-going fan, they don't see, like, when they see Spider-Man and Doctor Strange in a film, they think that's an MCU movie. And technically it is, but it's distributed by Sony. So basically, Sony puts up all the financials. They pay for all the promotions, the marketing, but they also get all the money. But Feige gets the creative license on it. In other words, he's the producer that says, this is a story I want to tell. And Sony was smart enough to was like, you know what? Go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're like,
exactly.
And Feige, we trust. Feige, go ahead and tell the story. And then, sure enough, you got at least 3 MCU characters in there. Two: Wong and Doctor Strange from what we would consider the MCU, and then we shall see, man. And we already got Alfred Molina. We're supposedly going to get Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, but this can be huge. It's like every new solo hero film gets bigger and bigger. It's like you can no longer make a origin of like a first character's film with just them in it, right? They have to have a supporting cast, and I think that's great because when they see Doctor Strange in the trailer with Spider-Man, people are like, oh, I know Doctor Strange. He was in these other movies. I know Spider-Man. For the average movie knower, they don't know that that's actually a Sony property. They just think, hey, it's a Marvel movie, and No Way Home is easily going to be $1 billion movie if we're fully opened. I think that's the caveat. I think.
Yeah.
And it opens in what, December?
Yeah, right before Christmas.
Yeah, so we shall see. We'll see if hopefully things the pandemic has calmed down and theaters are wide. I mean, I went to see Don't Breathe 2 and my theater was packed. So theaters are still going strong. So we shall see, man. We shall see. Thank you for the question, Tim.
Next question. If you think about it, Civil War was a third Captain America film, and that was the biggest of them all, right? So
it was like an Avengers film.
Yeah, exactly. It's Spider-Man's third movie, so and when the Baxter Building shows up at the end, the internet's gonna blow up,
Yeah, I mean, after Thor Ragnarok, it's like, how big can they go with Thor 4, right? It's like, you got to go bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yep,
just like first you had Ant-Man, then you say, hey, let's have Ant-Man and the Wasp. And then what's Ant-Man Quantumania? You got Loki, you have Kang in that. So it's like, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, you have Kang in there in the Fantastic Four will debut. So, I mean, it's huge.
I think it's good for us, man. At least comic book fans who recognize these characters, like, look at that, So that's why I for at least 2 years now, I've been praising, or at least telling people, look for comic books where characters first meet, because first appearances now are just totally out of the world. You know what I mean? That and storylines also, but also first meetings of characters, because especially now that Fox and Sony and Marvel are doing everything, or are on somewhat under the same umbrella, but the first time they meet, that could be something big. So that's what I think, at least. All right, thank you for the question, Tim. Next question is from Christian Paul Granados. In MCU Secret Wars adaptation, will they combine the 1985 and Hickman versions? I know this answer.
Yeah, hello, Christian. He is one of the original members of the Cabal.
Oh, part of the 270.
Yeah, 270. Yes, they will combine both. I mean, you're going to have God Emperor Doom in Secret Wars. It's how they're going to do Doom. And so they're going to take elements of both. I don't know the percentage, but, Foggy loves to mix and match. He goes like, okay, we'll take this part from this, and, So yeah, Danzig, I did slip Fantastic Four and Ant-Man.
I know, right? I heard that too, and it was like should have been a cannonball, but maybe we'll see that for later. But yeah, I mean, our Secret Wars suit from 2019.
Yeah,
You know, besides the story that Jim Shooter's been telling everybody,
yeah,
for years now, and people taking credit for it, we went into depth about the Secret Four when Mikey gave us a scoop, and that was when you were the Black Knight.
yeah, it
Um,
was, yeah,
and our channel was taken down. I actually had to scoop it on 3 Men in the Basement, and the details that we had was it was going to be a bit of Secret Wars from the 80s version, as well as 2015 Hickman run.
yeah,
And I didn't even believe there was going to be it was going to be Doom was going to be controlling Europe.
yeah,
Red Skull was going to be controlling something else, and somebody else was going to be controlling
yeah.
something
Kang
else.
was in the film as well. I mean,
Kang was in the film as well. So go look at those old videos back from 2019 and 3 Men in the Basement, and you'll see everything. I mean, we've been talking about it for a while now, I think. So just look for the Hickman run, because there's a ton of characters in the Hickman run that, I mean, the Hickman run makes the Secret Wars 80s version seem like a 4-issue miniseries. I mean, the amount of stuff that they did to it, with the Thor core and all the different iterations of Doctor Strange is in there, and he's kind of like the only one that really knows what happens. I mean, the Beyonder race took out all the Celestials, Galactus, and all the Elders of the universe. It's people really kind of panned that comic because it was, first of all, it was delayed, so people didn't really like it, but it had some really interesting concepts. Maybe they didn't stick the landing as so much, because if you're not a fan of Hickman, you'll probably hate it. If you like Hickman and what he does, he has kind of a long way of telling his story, and and it was delayed for a long time too. Just like what he's done on X-Men is like really going. It took a long time for him to tell the story. Same thing with that Secret Wars thing, but I think get both. Get the original, because it has characters like Titania or Volcana and the Beyonder. I would love to see 80s Beyonder with like mullet and shoulder pads and
oh
everything.
god, yeah, imagine that.
But it would, it'd be cooler to see a Beyonder race as opposed to just
Yeah.
one Beyonder. You know what I mean? It doesn't,
The
it just kind of
Beyonders, yeah.
shows up like Mitzelplick or something, Thank you for the question, Christian. Next question is from Terrence May. Will they ever do an MCU Spidey film that focuses only on Holland? Interesting.
Before I answer this, I want to bring up something Anthony Reynolds said in the chat. So in the No Way Home trailer, he's holding a mug that says "For Fox's sake." I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, it's a play on words with the profanity there, but really, Fox. He's doing his Mephisto pose in front of the fireplace there. Mephisto is owned by Fox, just to let you know. Marvel could not use Mephisto until they bought Fox. And so for Fox's sake, he's doing Mephisto pose. It can't be a coincidence.
That's right, because Mephisto appeared in Silver Surfer, and
Yep.
Silver Surfer was appeared in Fantastic Four, and Fantastic Four was owned by Fox. So there you
Yeah.
go. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Even though Silver Surfer is a solo comic, the character is still part of the library that belongs to the Fantastic Four property. So
Yeah.
so if you zoom in on that picture on of Captain Doctor Strange standing by the fireplace, on his mug it says "For Fox's sake."
Yeah, yeah.
A little dig, perhaps. So there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah. Doctor Strange creating fire. I mean, it's come on,
I mean, it's almost like they're like been teasing Mephisto all this time. Just to
Well,
mess
they're
with
winking
us.
at us. See, Doctor Strange is really winking at us. All that's Mephisto speculators. Like,
Yeah,
wink.
and just
Yeah.
the wink,
That's who I
just
am,
like the
right?
same with Agatha Harkness wink too, right? It's
Yeah,
like
I know,
it's like-
right?
and you know what it does? You know what they do? They're smart at it. They know it drives social media videos to just dissect things and this, that, and the other. And and it causes great conversation, or what we used to call water cooler talk when people used to work in their offices. There were water coolers, but now people just talk on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram. So there you go.
So Terrence Moy, okay. I got asked this question in a chat the other day as well. The reason why you don't see a Spider-Man only Spider-Man film is because they're co-productions with Sony, and Marvel has to have their own IP in there as well. Maybe they're trying to push the MCU angle for Spider-Man. If Marvel Studios is going to do a Spider-Man movie, oh hell yeah, they have to have some Avengers or whatever in there, right? Just to show you this takes place in the MCU. It is not part of that Sony crap. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now, if Marvel got the rights to Spider-Man, yeah, you will see a Spider-Man film really solo with, no other appearances maybe, depending on the story. But until then, no, it's not going to happen. It's going to be he's going to have some kind of guest star in there of some sort.
Yeah, and I think it gives box office boost too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
When they say, "Hey, look, it's connected to Marvel. Look, we got Doctor Strange is in here. We got
yeah.
Iron Man was a big part of the Spider-Man movies, the first two
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man films. So there you go. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
I just side note, I watched Spider-Man: Homecoming again the other day, and
Mm-hmm.
Michael Keaton, hands down, is the best villain in the MCU. I
Yeah.
mean, I rewatched the scene in the car where he talks to Peter before he goes to prom, and he even had me scared. Right, but he was telling when he was like, "I know who you are," and this and that. I mean, that scene, Michael Keaton was just killed it in that scene. He was great as the Vulture. So
Yeah.
hopefully we get more Vulture back. We know he's going to be in Venom, right? We saw him in the teaser trailer. So look at Michael Keaton doing Batman and Vulture. There you go. You know what? I just thought about that. There's that clause we always talk about. You can be in both worlds. One is a villain and one is a hero, right? You can't be a
Yeah.
hero in both worlds. Correct me if I'm wrong. If in recent time, if somebody has been a good guy in both the DC world and the MCU world, if you think about, Josh Brolin, when he was in Deadpool, which was a Fox property, was a good guy, but as Thanos, he was a bad guy. So there you go. So maybe there's some credence to that, maybe. All right. Thank you for the question. Next question up. This is a Mikey Sutton favorite question that he loves to answer. Jerome asks, when will Daisy Johnson, Chloe Bennett finally break through the MCU? Also, Melinda May.
Oh, I have two words for you: Secret Invasion. Um, we broke that story a while back, 2 years ago, about the Agents of Sword show. And that Sword show ended up being Secret Invasion, at least for now. But Chloe left Powerpuff Girls, and they're still reworking the show. And her reasoning was that she's got no time because of her filming schedule. Like, what are you filming? Right during a time that this was announced, and just so happens Secret Invasion is filming in August, and she's unavailable.
There you
Um,
go.
so there you go.
First appearance of Quake. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it.
They're bigger than ever. I mean, she's like in Secret Invasion. That book's gonna skyrocket.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm one of those fanboys that actually watched every season episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And the reveal of of Quake on that one episode in slow mo was one of the best on that entire series.
oh
Right?
God, yeah.
The whole series had its ups and downs, but you know
Yeah.
what? I'd rather watch mediocre comic book TV show than watch CSI Miami or something like that.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yeah.
man, but God, I would love to see Agents of Shield with the MCU budget on Disney Plus, right? Because
Mhm.
ABC's budget just didn't do it justice. There was just like, man, and you could tell they blew their budget on Ghost Rider, because those are some of the coolest scenes too. When Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider appeared
Mhm.
on that one. How cool was that Midnight Suns trailer with Robbie Reyes Ghost
Dude,
Rider?
that was badass. Oh my
I would
God,
see
that
a
was
movie. Just
awesome.
release a CGI movie. I don't even need. Give me that one, man. Give me
was
that one.
freaking awesome.
And Lilith, the mother of demons with the horns, looking all
Oh,
crazy.
oh man, it was insane.
And before you ask, no, that character does not exist yet. The Hunter is the one they pull out of the coffin. She was created specifically for the game, but it's going to be a comic book pretty soon, man. and if it does, just buy it. Just buy it now. If you ever, the first appearance of the Hunter that comes out, just buy it. If you have been watching cover price shows, movies, comic books based on video games or whatnot, if there's ever an adaptation of this video game and she appears, get it. That's all I have to say. Thank you for the question, Jerome. Next question, last question, comes from Ryan O'Connor. Wow, we had a lot of Spider-Man questions.
Oh yeah, Ming Na Wen. I have to answer the Melinda May question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do want her back, but I don't know if her schedule right now. I mean, she's part of the Disney Plus.
She's in Book of Boba Fett. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what her schedule is going to be. I'm sure she'll come back, especially with Agents of Atlas coming, and you have all these Asian superheroes coming. I mean, so wouldn't be shocked if she comes back sooner than later. But her schedule is kind of backed up right now.
Yo, she's 50-something, and she could
Oh my God.
still
Wow.
get it. Oh,
Wow.
man,
Whew.
she is still hot. Oh, Lord have mercy. What am I talking about? I'm 50 years old. I'm like,
Right.
it's that fine Asian blood in me that
Tell
keeps
you,
me so
man.
young looking. Me
Oh,
and,
you're a vampire, Tilo. Come on, admit
that is true.
it.
I feast on the blood of bad speculators, so that's what keeps me young. All right, last question of the night comes from Ryan O'Connor. Do you think this will be Tom Holland's last appearance as in the MCU? I'm assuming he means last appearance as Spider-Man.
Yeah. No, he's gonna be around. He'll be around until Spider-Man 6. Spoiler alert is where he will marry MJ and walk off into the sunset. The plan was, I think, pretty sure I scooped this on TiVo's show. The plan was after he leaves is when Miles Morales would take over, like after the 6th movie. But Sony they need cash. They really want to rush this. They want to get Miles Morales out there sooner than later. So I don't think they're going to stick to that plan anymore. I think Sony is going to do their separate Miles Morales Spider-Man films. I mentioned before years ago that it was called Ultimate Spider-Man, just to separate the two of them. Whereas Foggy wants to wait. He wants to wait and say, hey, that doesn't make sense to have two Spider-Mans out there. But Sony can't wait. But Tom's going to be around for the next couple of years, guys. So don't worry about him leaving.
We still have his college years. I mean,
he got college years.
That's why Spider-Man's Amazing Friends is one of the books that I pick up whenever I can, because Mikey scooped it on this show here that they're going to do during his college years where Firestar and Iceman will be his kind of Spider-Man is Amazing Friends. So so I think that's a great book to have. You know what I mean?
He's the Kingpin still. I mean, there's so much college adventures that he'll embark on. So no, he's gonna be around for a while.
Once they announce that Spider-Man is going to college, that book will blow up. Just think about the Thanos copter and how crazy that book went.
Oh, I know, my God.
Just because of an Easter egg, it showed up on our cover price top 10, right? It's kind of amazing how, just hey, look at that, and then people just bought it up. It's just in the age of collecting where we are right now, read the tea leaves and just expect the unexpected. Everything. First appearances, little cameos, here, that, and the other. So if anybody has any questions in the live chat, we got a couple of more minutes here. We ran a little late, but let me see if there's something in there that is worth asking.
And last I forget, he's got a Deadpool team up to be in as well. So
yeah, let me see. Any questions? Oh, here's a good one. Sony Into the Spider-Verse 2 will have Spider-Man 2099. What other surprises will they hit us with? Spider-Gwen 2009? It could happen.
It could happen. I'm not so sure. I tell you what, animated projects are very hard to scoop. Those guys don't talk.
Because there's no actors and there's no set photos. You know what I mean?
Nothing.
And in the age of COVID, they can record their lines from home and just mail it in.
It's like scooping comic books. Artists and writers don't talk, so I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Here's a good question. Is Sunfire a part of the new Agents of Atlas or the villain?
Sunfire is part of the X-Men, so he
There
is
you
going to
go.
be an X-Men member.
So not Agents of Atlas.
No, not that I know of yet. I mean, looks like they're pretty much sticking to the core team that they have in the comics for Agents of Atlas with Wave and Arrow and all those other characters.
Swordmaster, yeah.
It's Swordmaster, but you know, Agents of Atlas years. They're going to be introducing them one by one. So
Yeah. All right. Here's a question that I think we scooped a while ago, but it's our first DC question of the night. So there you
oh
go.
wow,
Any word on Punchline or the Batman Who Laughs?
Punchline HBO Max.
There you go. I mean, I think we scooped that a
Massive.
year ago that they were
Mhm.
going to do a Punchline series. So she's not going around anywhere else.
Not sure about Batman Who Laughs. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
Although the Batman movie, you know, it's out in public now. They had a screening. Um, they're calling it very much close to a horror film in terms of its darkness
Yeah.
from what they've shown so far. So.
Here's another one. Good one, actually. What are the chances we get Shang-Chi versus Iron Fist in a sequel?
Bank on it. Bank on it. By the first time they met in the comics, because that's gonna be a hot book.
I've been telling people about that, and
Yeah.
it's Shang-Chi annual first meeting of Shang-Chi and Iron Fist. I mean, because I believe you had told me this, and we actually did a scoop on this that you know that it would be in a sequel. So I was like, get the first meeting. So
Yeah.
and that was I think over a year ago. Any news on Alpha Flight?
Nothing new from what I scooped before about them being in the Wolverine versus Hulk film.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
still hearing that's
probably-
where they're going to make their debut. They will have a Disney Plus show in years from now, but you're going to see them in that Wolverine film initially.
All right, let me see what other questions we have here. Oh, this is right up your alley because I do believe you sent me a message about this.
Uh-huh.
Is James McAvoy coming back as Xavier in the MCU?
Yeah, I got an article on it on geekosymag.com. Is what I'm hearing is that he will be Charles Xavier in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I'm hearing it's a cameo at the very end because he will form the Illuminati, which is an old scoop of our Steve that everybody sees.
Exactly.
I'm gonna rip this off because you know the Walker's Lord's in a long box, and you know I'm gonna sell it on my Patreon. You know, take all the credit for it. You know, so yeah, the reason why it's McAvoy, is Patrick Stewart doesn't want to do it. I heard they went back to him again. He said
Plus,
no.
he's really old. If you've seen Picard, he's
he looks old.
Yeah, he looks pretty old, man.
Yeah, and so he wants Logan to be his last statement on Professor X, right?
Yeah, actually, and it's great too. I mean, he's young enough to play the character for a while. He's a great, I mean, absolutely fantastic actor. So I think McAvoy as Professor X, and he even shaved his head. So who knows? If you see James McAvoy walking around with a shaved head, you know. Okay,
Yeah, there
no
you
secret
go.
about
There
that
you
one.
go,
There
yeah.
you go. All right. Here's another one. Another DC question. Maybe just in general, actually. Any update on Keanu Reeves and Henry Cavill?
I don't know if you believe Patreon. Keanu Reeves is going to be every single movie that's going to come out. I guess. No, I have no information on Keanu. I know that he's spoken to Foggy before, but they could never find a role for him. So I have no idea what's going on with that. Cavill will be back as Superman. His schedule is so busy right now with The Witcher, and he's got that stuff on Amazon, right? Is it Amazon or no, Apple. That he's got so much. I'm like getting confused on how many shows he's got and stuff. He's got the Sherlock Holmes thing going on too, right? That Enola Holmes. That's what I'm thinking.
Enola
of.
Holmes. Yeah, I think
That's
that got,
Netflix. That's Netflix, right?
yeah, that's Netflix, and it got picked up for another season. I do
And
believe.
he's got The Witcher, and he's got that spy film he's doing. So he's busy as hell.
Yeah. All right, here's one that we always seem to get. Does Sony still have plans for a Sinister Six film?
No.
All right.
Not
Here's one
currently.
we kind of know the answer of. I think we already alluded to it. There's rumors of a fourth Spider-Man film in development. Do you know what it could be?
Yeah, it's his first year in college.
Boom.
It's-
There you go. Spider-Man's Amazing Friends. First
Yeah,
year in college, because it's only natural, right? I mean, you've kind of seen him go through his high school years, so it's only
Yeah.
natural that he goes to college and and starts that Firestar spec is one we did a long
Yeah.
time ago too.
Yeah, and the Black Cat's gonna appear in one. Okay, the one the Black Cat is gonna appear in is the one where it's like Kingpin appears in, because he ends up running into the Kingpin because of the Black Cat, because of her crime connections.
Really?
Yeah, so that's when. So that might be the fifth one in the series. The last ones where him and MJ get married. So, and obviously with the sixth movie, they're gonna go all out with that. You're gonna see
yeah.
a bunch of characters. Imagine
I
who
mean,
shows up at his wedding, right? So,
I don't know how old Tom Holland is, but he doesn't age either.
no, he doesn't.
Yeah,
I think he's in his almost mid-20s now, or early 20s somewhere.
I think Danzig just wants to fuck with us because this is an ongoing joke. But any Hour Man news?
Yeah, he's fucking with us. I met Tom Holland 3 years ago. I swear to God, he looked like he was 15. I mean,
He's 26 years old, according to the Watcher.
oh my God. Well, so he was 23 when I met him. He looked about 15, and my God, he looked and sounded like Peter Parker, except for the accent. He got a really big British accent. But he could have been a kid in your high school, right? And he's really down to earth, really cool guy, very nice.
Yeah, he's the perfect Peter Parker.
He is,
because I think when people compare the other two Spider-Mans, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, like everybody always said, like Tobey Maguire was a great Peter Parker, not so much a great Spider-Man. And then people said Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man, not so much a great Peter Parker, because Andrew Garfield he was too good looking and cool to but Tobey Maguire had the nerdy kind of Peter Parker look to him, where I think Tom Holland kind of checks off both boxes. He has the kind of nerdy school kid thing, but he can still pull off Spider-Man as well. Here's a good question. And I think you know this. I think you told me this already, but here we go. Who is Ethan Hawke playing in Moon Knight?
There are so many rumors going around about this. Tivo, the one I've been hearing lately, and I have yet to find somebody who's debunked this, and I'm starting to think this is who he's playing. I think it's Werewolf by Night.
Really? You know what?
Yeah.
Dude, I can see him doing that.
And we all thought it was like Midnight Man or
Bushman.
Bushman.
I think Bushman or Bushmaster, one of the two.
I mean,
it's a Bush something.
He could very well be, but damn, are they really pushing Werewolf by Night right now? And it seems to me there is a major actor involved for them to push it like that, which got me curious. So I started asking around. I said, "Hey, is Ethan Hawke Werewolf by Night?" Because this is very odd that they, had that Halloween special already for this character. He's not even shown up yet. Like, and Werewolf by Night is not exactly a big name. You know what I mean?
No.
I
guess also too is I guess if they do Werewolf by Night, if they do Ethan Hawke, it has to be the Jack Russell version, because the newer iteration, I do believe he's Native American and he's a lot younger, right?
Yeah.
But because Marvel loves also doing their old school characters as well, Jack Russell. But if he's that's a big actor to get it for a big role.
Just to clarify, I haven't gotten confirmation that he is Werewolf by Night, but no one has said otherwise, right? I asked and they either don't know, but I don't have anybody telling me no, he's playing somebody else.
So you haven't got a definitive no. So their silence is their answer.
But you put the puzzle pieces together, TiVo, they are green lighting a Werewolf by Night special without him appearing yet, which is very unusual for Marvel Studios to do. I know they want to put look. I know they want to put Midnight Suns together. Why not start off with a Ghost Rider Halloween special, right? Such a known character. Which makes me think that Werewolf by Night has an actor involved already that is already a name, so they can greenlight a project like that quick.
Yeah, because you think about Gore. I mean, they announced that relatively. I mean, Christian Bale, that was like the worst kept secret ever. We knew he was going to be Gore the God Butcher, right? I mean, and then finally it came out, and that's, you think about Christian Bale, that's a huge actor to be playing a villain. I mean, to me, I don't think that's one and done. You know, for
I doubt it.
You know, you know, Gore the God Butcher. I mean, they can do the whole pantheon of gods and him taking out all these different. I mean, you know, if you got Russell Crowe playing Zeus, then you know Hercules is only right around the corner. You know, what I mean? Yeah. One more question, or one or two more, and then we'll go, since it's getting almost dinner time here. This one is the long gestating question that everybody wants to know. Any update on the Fantastic Four announcement cast?
Yeah, I mentioned before that it'll be announced this year, and I keep hearing it'll be announced this year. So,
Disney Day. I'm just saying Disney Day is coming in November, and that's going to be basically their Comic-Con. I mean, you know, so Disney Day is like DC Fandom. Matter of fact, it takes place 2 weeks after DC Fandom. So expect a ton of not only just Marvel stuff, but Pixar and all the Disney slate. So it's gonna be virtual. So it's gonna be so just Google Disney Day, and it's coming up in November.
Perfect time to announce it, man. See, what I'm hearing, TiVo, is that Mr. Fantastic has been cast.
Really? And it's not who we think it is, or it's who
it's who you think it is. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing it is.
Even though his wife has denied it, right?
Yeah. We all deny it. Benedict Cumberbatch denied. Haley Steinfeld.
They all denied because of NDAs. They can't. Somebody asked them. They just can't come say it. You know
all of a sudden, Haley's on the set. Like, what? You're not Hawkeye? Come on.
That was like the worst ever. Like Haley Steinfeld saying, "Look, I am not Kate Bishop. I am not Kate Bishop. I am not Kate Bishop. Oh, here I am with a bow and arrow.
I'm just holding a bow and arrow and wearing purple on the set. That's all.
I mean, let's be honest though. I mean, people bombard these actors with questions all the time, and they got NDA agreements where they can't say anything. So you know, they're not gonna. Because put it this way, if they say nothing, that people are going to say, yep, that's them. If they say no comment, people are like, that's them. So
that's them. Yeah, exactly. How can you answer it, right? So
what's wrong with lying? Who cares? Nobody's going to be like, you lied about your role. Well, guess what? I had an NDA. I couldn't say anything. So, you know, that's, you know, part of it. So, so are you confirming that so far that's what we're hearing. It's Krasinski and Emily Blunt. So,
well, you know, Foggy kind of hinted at something that no one caught. He said that they're thinking with the FF casting, it'll be a combination of the familiar and unknown. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah. Damn it. It's almost the perfect casting. They're already married. She looks the part. He looks the part. There's fan art out there. It's like, man, if you don't cast them, people are going to be disappointed, you know? So, I mean, here we go. I'm going to answer this for you. Is there going to, when are we going to see Inhumans reboot? It will be rebooted. It'll be booted the fuck out of.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I would probably think if they're going to space it out a little bit so, you know, people don't confuse Inhumans and Eternals. And plus just the stink of Scott Buck's Inhumans, the further away from that they can do. But, you know, I mean, I don't know. It's like they have to really introduce what Inhumans are versus what mutants are versus what Eternals are. You know what I mean? Because they're like three separate things. Inhumans are actually part of, you know, part of this. Just Google it. You know what I mean? But I don't think they don't want to lump them all into one, because it almost sounds like it is. Like Eternals or Titans, you know, and then Inhumans are from, I think, Eternal type descendants or something like that, and then they still have to explain mutants, which to me is going to be the biggest reveal.
Well, yeah,
how
because
they explain mutants.
yeah, they have to explain the Eternals first, and with the Eternals, they're going to explain the mutants. The mutants are from the Eternals, so are they cannonball?
sense.
Not the cannonball, man.
All right,
I don't even
well,
know if it's a
drop it.
cannonball anymore or not. But anyway,
All right. Consider that a cannonball then. So,
uh,
yeah, I mean, because if you think about it, Celestials, did experiments on prehistoric man, and
Yep.
then that's where you got the Eternals from.
Mhm.
And so it makes sense to where it could do it. All right, one last question. Since I'm curious on this as well, how about rebooting of Cloak and Dagger?
yeah, they will, but it's going to take a little bit of time.
Do you think they'll appear in Brother Voodoo?
Yeah, they will.
There you go.
That I do believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no update on this, but I just want to give my love for this movie
Oh,
because
God,
I
what a
absolutely love
great
The
film.
Rocketeer.
Dave
directed-
Stevens, man, dude, that
Yeah.
guy's art.
Yeah,
Died way too young too, man. I just
I
shocking.
even love the movie, directed
Love
by
the
Joe
film.
Johnston, who also did Captain America: First Avenger.
Yeah,
Great film.
man.
But
I
don't think
remember
they're-
I was so ecstatic when he was announced as director for Captain America. Like, what a perfect guy to direct Captain America. Rocketeer was awesome, right? I mean,
No, I love Rocketeer. It was such
Love
a great
that
film.
film.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know who has the rights to it, to be honest with you. I mean,
Disney has the rights to the film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do, and they were planning on a reboot years ago, but they just kind of, given up on it. I guess I'm not sure what's going on right now. I will tell you, Tilo, that there was a report a couple of weeks ago that What If wanted to use a Rocketeer
That would have been dope.
in the Captain Carter episode. They wanted to use a Rocketeer, I guess.
Yeah, in World War II. It makes perfect sense because,
Yeah.
that was his character in World War II.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to remember the actor who played him because I was like, whatever. But Jennifer Connelly,
Oh my God! Wow.
gorgeous.
They
Gorgeous.
dated in real life too.
Yeah, Jennifer
And
Connelly.
she married Paul Bettany, didn't she? The Vision.
Yes, she did. Yeah, she did. Jennifer Connelly in The Rocketeer and also in that film where she's locked inside of a target.
Career Opportunities. Oh yeah.
Just
Was that great music playing? Oh dude.
Riding the
Oh
horse.
yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. Oh my God.
that was one of my crushes as a kid. So, all right, I'm gonna let Mikey go so we can
Right.
both have dinner. It's getting a little bit
Yeah.
late here. I appreciate all you guys for joining us. Remember, hey, hit up our video from yesterday, to enter into our 7,000 subs giveaway. We'll probably let that run like a week or two, and then we'll do a video. And don't worry, we're not gonna be picking people from the live chat. It's gonna be people who entered into that video. So make sure you enter that video. We'll probably get some stuff away from people in the live chat as well. All right, just because this is my Uso homie who always does cool music, we'll do one more question before we head out here. When will we see Brother Voodoo?
A couple of years, maybe 2 or 3.
You think he's gonna cameo in the Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah, I believe so. He will. Yeah.
It's gonna be dope. I mean,
But
he's
in terms
featured-
of his TV show, that you're gonna a couple of years for his TV show.
yeah. It's gonna take. They supposedly have 9 projects planned for Disney Plus right now.
Yeah,
for
one of those
Marvel
Brother Voodoo,
properties.
and I wouldn't be shocked, Tilo, if they announced him on Disney Plus Day. If they announced,
on Disney Day, yeah.
yeah.
I think the casting for that needs to be spot on.
Oh hell yeah.
For Dr. Voodoo, I think that needs to be spot on. There's
Yep.
some great actors I can think of that would be great for it. But all right, I think that's it, boys and girls.
All right, see you guys.
All right, thanks for joining us. We will see you guys Tuesday for the Cover Price Top 10. Shout out to everybody that has supported the channel. Spine Ticks, Pressable Defects, NY Warriors, so on and so forth, all of our sponsors. And check out the video on Saturday, man. We want to give back to the community. So until next time, my girls, we'll see you Tuesday for the Cover Price Top 10 of the week. Any last words, Mikey?
No, you got cmag.com. We got some more scoops tomorrow dropping, and next Sunday we'll have more letters to read and answer. And
You didn't
More
do
cannonballs,
the DC Marvel one. Is that for next
oh
Sunday?
yeah, that's right. You got that going. And then Tiva will do Wolf Blitzer sometime this week. So
Going Wolf Blitzer sometime this week, boys and girls. So that means I just go live and I don't even give you guys any heads up. So make sure you hit the notification bells whenever I go live.
Yep.
Thank you, Mikey, for joining.
Thanks,
and
guys.
thank you guys all for hanging out with us until Tuesday. Keep digging in their long boxes. Peace out.
Now let's do this!
Rewind, select and come again. Pull up that from the top to the very last. Jump.
Who are you to make their lives bitter in hard bondage? In this you shall know that the Lord is faithful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do it! We're here! We're back! Word up!
Let's do a job.
You can't get fresher than this.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 5 greatest heroes. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all men.